What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, MLB DFS video. It is September 1st, and we are back. It's one of the greatest weeks we have in all of sports. We've got college football started this technically last weekend, but first full week, Thursday. We had Friday games. We had a chock full Saturday games. Let me know how your team did. Go Hawks. Let me know how your team did on Saturday. We've got football starting this week. We've got Thursday night football game, Friday night football game. Then we've got college football Saturday. We've got NFL Sunday. We've got Monday night football. We've got it all. We're going to break down every single game for football when it comes down to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Thursday night football showdown video. We're going to have a Friday night football showdown video, Sunday night football showdown video, and Monday night football showdown video. So we're bringing the heat for you guys. But we are back with another MLB video. We've got 9 games we're going to cover today. We've got 12 games total, 9 main slate, 3 afternoon slate. We're going to look at that. If you've never been with us before, you're in for a treat. So we're going to go through everything. So we're going to go through all of the games, all of the pitchers, all of the batters. Now, if you want to see an abbreviated version, maybe some play, like 5 plays at each position that we like after all of this, support the channel by watching the video and clicking on the ads and buying some merch. But go check out the article that is linked in the description. In that article, that will be the 5 players at each position. So a little bit of summary of what we're going to talk about. We have giveaways every single day. Like the video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment on the video. If the video gets at least 50 likes, we are going to give away 1 free weekly pass. That'll include, if you'll get it today, you will get the NFL content for next week. We're starting off with a bang. If the video gets 100 likes, you have a chance at a free month. 150 likes, a chance at a free year. 200 or more likes on this video, a chance at a lifetime pass. Second way to win. Outlier.bet is our sponsor. We're going to use them and talk about them. But they've given us 5 total passes for 1 month free for you guys. So somewhere in the video, there'll be some sort of keyword. All you got to do is listen for it and type that in. And once we pick you for the winner, you then email me and we'll get you set up on Outlier for a free month. And we're very excited to give that away. And in yesterday's video, I broke it down. I said, if anyone puts this phrase in here, we'll give away a free month. And let's roll that beautiful bean footage. Let's see what I said yesterday. I'm not saying I'm the GOAT, but guys, let's see. 308 against right-handed pitching this year. I'm looking at Muncy coming back. I'm looking at Freddie Freeman. I'm looking at Mookie Betts, who has 3 home runs against him. Wouldn't be surprised if I honestly could see Ohtani and Mookie going back-to-back to start the game. Would not surprise me whatsoever. Didn't surprise me. I didn't see Freddie Freeman going back-to-back. But guys, if there were any questions about if you thought I knew what I was talking about, that should tell you right there. So if any of you bet it, let me know. I did not bet it. I fell asleep before I got my bets in. Having a newborn is a very long nights. But we had it yesterday. For Saturday slate, I didn't think back-to-back, but I said I'm fading both of these pitchers. I'm going with these batters. I'm stacking both teams, and it absolutely killed. So let me know if you guys did it, but we're going to have 3 different giveaways in this video. So what we're going to do, the first giveaway is because we hit a minimum of 50 likes on yesterday's video. We hit 81 likes. So this is going to be for a free week of FTA+. Now, again, you'll have every sport that we offer. So LG5295, congratulations. He has won in the past. All you got to do is come back to the channel, leave a comment, and have a chance to win. So LG, reach out to me. Let me know your username on the site. Let me know that you saw that you're the winner, and we will give you another free week on top of everything. So the second one is going to be Outlier, the Outlier monthly pass from them. So anyone who put the term that we've had in there for Outlier, you have a chance to win. We're going to re-roll it, and we are going to see who the winner of that is real quick. There you go, Rob Mysterio. Proud Outlier Saturday is the keyword. Congratulations, Rob. All you got to do is email me and say you are the Outlier monthly winner for 9/1, and then we'll talk about it. I'll tell you how to get set up, and you have a free month of Outlier, and we're going to show you what that is. Now, I took everyone who had a comment about Ohtani and bets and I put them in random.org because I didn't want to re-roll it on random comment until it picked one. So these are the as of the making of this video, these are the ones that had a comment about it. I'm going to randomize it one time, and the winner will receive a free month of FTA Plus. The winner is Brian Tate. Congratulations, Brian. Email me. If you have a username on the website, let me know that username, and I will get you a free month of FTA Plus. So, I mean, that's super simple, super easy. 3 different winners, and all you got to do is be a subscriber and be a supporter to the channel. So, what we're going to do is what you guys are used to. It's Sunday. It is the day of rest for the Lord or whomever, and catchers. So, sometimes catchers will be out. But we are going to look at insights. So, these are the NFL insights. So, this is Outlier.bet. NFL insights are already pouring in. We love that. These are going to be in the Discord, so check out all the links down below. They are there. But what we're going to do is we're going to use the games. We're going to break down the games with the MLB. We're going to look at the MLB games, and we're going to go from there and build it out. Now, we don't have all of the pitchers available right now. We're not playing this early game, so we are starting with the main slate, the White Sox at the Nationals coming up here. So there are a couple of weather concerns here on the East Coast, something we're going to monitor throughout the day. But in this game, we've got Jordan Wicks coming off the IL versus Mitchell Parker. So Wicks, he's expected to be reinstated, has not been guaranteed yet, but when he was pitching, he has not done well for the most part. Goes into Washington, splits-wise, he's not faced them this year on the road. He's got a 5.17 ERA. Again, very small sample size out of him. I don't trust him. I would rather look at the bats in that one as well. And then Mitchell Parker going up here, lefty pitch, 4.26 ERA, 6,700. You know, he had a great game against Colorado, but not so much against the Yankees. He's had some good games here, especially at his price. Against the Cubs, he has not faced them this year. And when he's pitching at home, he actually has a 2.92 ERA. So if we were to take one, and this is where Outlier comes into play. So we look at this, and we can see the Cubs bats against him, you know, really haven't seen much. Then you see how they do against left-handed pitching. Now, this is exactly why I love Outlier, and hopefully you guys enjoy it too. But you can see they hit lefties very well. So if you don't trust Mitchell Parker, his price was a little up, is low if you want to take a chance. You could still look at this. So Cody Bellinger with 3 bombs, batting 302. Ian Happ has 7 bombs. We love to take Isaac Paredes this year against lefties when he was with Tampa Bay. Let's continue that. He's got 6 bombs, 288 batting average. Nico Horner batting 305 with a 1 home run. Bethancourt has 2 home runs. Michael Busch has a home run. So I don't mind a Cubs stack here. Again, the weather is a concern for me, so we'll kind of pay attention. And last I knew, it was supposed to be Jameson Taillon, but it looks like he's getting pushed back, and Jordan Wicks is coming off the IL. Let's see. Yep, so Taillon is getting pushed back, so then that brings up the Washington bats that we would look at. So it's going to be a little bit skewed to look at the Washington against right-handed pitching. They're okay, but we look at 2024, their stats overall. If I were to take pitchers or batters for Nationals against lefties, I got to get Dylan Cruz in there. Absolutely love me some Dylan Cruz. Got 2 bombs on the year already, batting 286. I love what he brings to the table. He's young. He's got speed, especially if Dylan Cruz is at the top of this lineup. You obviously got C.J. Abrams, lefty matchup, 18 bombs on the year. Luis Garcia is a lefty matchup, 290 batting average with 15 bombs on the year. Tena, 339 batting average. If he's in there, I don't know if he will be. James Wood, some speed on him. So if James Wood can get on base, he's getting stolen bases. He is getting us some fantasy points in that sense. I'm off of Jordan Wicks. I'm probably off of Parker, but if we are making multiple lineups, I'm okay with Parker because he is so cheap. But the weather scares me a little bit. Weather scares me here in St. Louis at the Yankees too. Cortez versus Michaelis. Now, Cortez at home is a different beast than he has been on the road. His splits at home, 279 compared to 509 on the road. Game logs. On the road, though, he is shoved. His last 3 starts, 2 of them came on the road, 20-plus fantasy points in them. Going up against Seattle, or against St. Louis, I do not mind him. Now, St. Louis can hit. I get that. But I will take a little bit of nasty Nestor in that. Then Miles Michaelis here. 5.23 ERA. The Yankees, for whatever reason, they just didn't hit early against Kyle Gibson. Then they did come on strong lately, but it was just too much because for whatever reason, Boone kept throwing out Will Warren, who has like a 15 ERA. So we look at that splits-wise. On the road, 4.54 ERA. I'm still looking at the Yankees here. I would definitely pay attention to stacking the Yankees. It just depends on the lineup that comes out. You guys know. So it is September 1st. So we're going to have some September call-ups. So depending on, Ben Rice has got sent down. Anthony Rizzo's back, okay? Will Warren got sent down. I don't see why Jason Dominguez doesn't get called up. It is Sunday. It is September 1st. All of September call-ups come. So you might see some weird lineups today. If you've never played MLB DFS when September comes, so their rosters expand and they can call up people, some big prospects. So don't make your lineups early and then forget them, because these call-ups could come later in the day. You might not see them, and you want to see who is going to be in this lineup. So wait for the Yankees, but obviously Judge, Soto makes sense. I wouldn't mind Rizzo. Rizzo's obviously looking. So if we look at this, I'm assuming Rizzo's fight. I'm trying to think when Michaelis came back, but Rizzo's probably seen him. He's not on here yet because he hasn't been called back up. But yeah, I'm definitely looking at the Yankees bats. They hit righties better. That's kind of where I'm at in this one. I don't trust Michaelis at all. I do like Nestor. If you were to take some bats for St. Louis, obviously Arenado and Goldie against the lefty I would look at. Alec Burleson you could look at. Ivan Herrera possibly. It just depends. Again, we're going to see some of these teams that are out of playoffs or teams that are in it. They're going to call some September guys up. I don't know what we're going to expect. So be wary of that. Don't make your lineup. Don't set it and forget it, because something will happen. So we move to the next game. We've got Pitt at Cleveland. We've got Mitch Keller going against Alex Cobb. Alex Cobb coming off the IL. He had a fingernail problem. Will return. So he, came off the IL, did two starts. One against Minnesota did not go well. One against the Cubs did okay. Now he's going up against Pittsburgh. I don't know what to expect out of him. I don't know how many innings we're going to get. I don't know. The fingernail thing could be a problem. He had a cracked fingernail and it was 15 days. And these kind of things can jump up again, and you never know. I don't trust Alex Cobb. I really don't. I mean, at 6,600, he's enticing. I get that. I don't think I could trust him enough. So we look at Mitch Keller, on the other hand, against Cleveland, 3.84 ERA, has not faced Cleveland this year. When he's pitching on the road, he's got a 4.81 ERA, so it has not been ideal when he's been on the road. So we look at this. Pittsburgh bats against Cobb in their career. Like Michael Taylor has a home run. Henry Davis has a home run. That is it. Against right-handed pitching, like O'Neal Cruz batting 290 with 13 bombs, can steal bases. IKF batting 279 with 7 bombs. You got Rowdy Tellez with 10 bombs. Brian De La Cruz has 15 bombs. McCutchen has 12. Brian Reynolds batting 285 with 16. Honestly, I like Pittsburgh as a stack today. I don't mind any of those bats. Cleveland against Mitch Keller. No one's, Josh Naylor has a home run, but he had an ankle problem, but he should be okay. Obviously, Josh Naylor. I'm okay with Bo Naylor a little bit, not too much. J-Ram, obviously. Now, if Naylor's out, I think Tyler Freeman comes in. He's got 5 bombs there. I don't mind a stack here. You got Noel or Lane Thomas. You could also plug in there along with Stephen Kwan if you are looking at a stack here. But I am avoiding both of these pitchers. I do not trust Mitch Keller. I do not trust Alex Cobb whatsoever. Boston at Detroit. It is not 100% confirmed last I knew for Ty Madden. So Madden is no longer listed as the starter for Sunday's game, so we don't know who's starting. Could be a bulk reliever, could be an opener. We don't know. I'm not going to do pitches be crazy on this one because we are missing some batters that would make sense. And I'm not going to do the 10 out of 10 matchup ratings for the batters because it's not 100% confirmed yet because all of the pitchers have not been confirmed. So all of those will be put into our Discord, which, again, you need to get into our Discord if you guys have not gotten there yet. So we don't know who's going to be the pitcher for Detroit. And, I mean, technically they would be the third best matchup against Boston because Boston strikes out the third most. But, again, we don't know who it is. So you got Cooper Criswell coming in. Not, like, lately hasn't done anything. Been negative last few games. I'm avoiding the pitching in this one. Boston bats really depends. Lefty and righty matchup. Again, you could go Connor Wong. You could go Jarren Duran. You could go Rafaela. Obviously, Devers is another option there. But if you don't want to go with Criswell and you want to go with Detroit bats against him, really haven't seen much of him. But against right-handed pitching, like, they don't do great. But you got Jake Rogers with 9 home runs. You got Colt Keith with 11. Riley Green batting 274 with 15 bombs. You got Kerry Carpenter batting 311 with 13 home runs. Vierling has 12 bombs. Like, these guys I don't mind. I don't mind a Detroit stack against Criswell today. And again, yeah, it just depends on who the Detroit pitcher is. But Boston bats, depending on who it is, could be in store for a good game there as well. San Diego at Tampa Bay. Don't overthink this one. Dylan Cease. I'm going Dylan Cease. I know he did struggle his last start. 3.2 fantasy points, 4 earned runs. So here's the thing. Like, he only gave up 4 earned runs, but he only had 4 strikeouts and 4 walks, so that took him down. Does have a better matchup here against Tampa Bay. Has not faced them this year. I'm not looking at Tampa Bay bats. And then Ryan Pepio, splits-wise, he has not faced San Diego this year. He's actually had some decent games. I don't mind him. Tournament-wise, I don't mind him. But if you were to go with San Diego bats, I would look at Jackson Merrill. I would look at Manny Machado. I would look at Cronenworth. Like, these are the bats that I would be looking at. I don't know if I love a San Diego stack all the way through. Again, we'll wait till we get some confirmation on all the pitchers and the simulations go through. But I love Cease in this one. But if you want to save some money, Pepio against San Diego, I don't mind. But again, San Diego, they do hit righties well this year. Kansas City at Houston, you got Ronald Blanco versus Alec Marsh. So Blanco coming in, 3.14 ERA, has not faced Kansas City this year. And I think he's only faced like 3 or 4 plate appearances for this team. When he's pitching at home, he's got a 3.51 ERA. So for whatever reason, he doesn't pitch well at home. You know, he's had one good start recently. And other than that, he hasn't hit the 20-plus fantasy points that we need. And Kansas City can hit. They haven't in the series so far as much as we'd like. Bobby Witt Jr. has obviously been on fire. Then you got Alec Marsh. He hasn't done anything his last 4 starts. And he's going up against Houston. Pitching on the road, has a 4.89 ERA. I don't trust him. I would rather go with the bats in this one. So probably the bats on both sides instead of pitching. Maybe Blanco for tournaments. But again, Kansas City's a really good hitting team. If I were to go Houston bats against Marsh, not a ton of success. Jordan's 1 for 1 with a home run, so he's always in there. Jason Hayward's 2 for 2. But against right-handed pitching this year, Diaz batting 305 with 10 bombs. You've got, obviously, Altuve with 14, Bregman with 15 home runs. Pena and Singleton both have 10 home runs. Jordan's always a stud, batting 22 home runs, batting 287 against right-handed pitching. I don't mind them. A couple of cheap options could be either Jason Hayward or Ben Gamble, depending on who is in this outfield for them. So I'm fading the pitching. Those would be the Houston bats I'd look at. Kansas City bats, no one's faced them except Frazier's for 1. But I would look at Paul DeYoung. I would look at Bobby Witt Jr. I might take a little bit of a gamble on Michael Massey today. Obviously, Salvador Perez is in there, and possibly Freddie Fermin if he's in there. But again, it's Sunday, so the catchers don't always play on Sunday. So I'm probably fading pitching and taking the bats in this one. Obviously, I love Houston a little bit more, or like Houston a little bit more, but I don't mind Kansas City bats either. Specifically, if any Bobby Witt Jr., but he's very, very expensive. I get that. New York Mets at the White Sox. Manaea versus Garrett Crochet. So, looking at this, depends. Like, it's the White Sox. They're very bad. We know this. We know this. So Manaea comes in, 3.51 ERA though. We look at this, not bad. back-to-back really good games against him, against two great teams. Arizona's hitting very well. Baltimore's hitting very well as well. But he had success against both of them. Now his price has gone up there. Splits-wise, he has not faced the White Sox this year, pitching on the road, a 3.18. So he has been better on the road. I don't mind him because the White Sox are bad. Garrett Crochet, it just depends on what we're going to get out of him. As you can see, started off very well, then had a couple of bad games, come all the way up, some bad games through here. Good game against Houston, but not so much against San Francisco. And then against Texas, I'm assuming that was when the game got postponed. Or 4 pitches against the Rangers on Tuesday before it was suspended due to the weather. Why'd they start the game? The hell did they start the game for? Yeah, so anyway, had 4 days rest, barely through. I don't know if that's going to affect him at all. Tournaments I'm okay with. Garrett Crochet, though, he's kind of struggled recently. I don't know if him being on 4 days rest is going to mess anything up or not. So we definitely could see that. So Garrett Crochet, I'm okay with it. Mets against lefties, like JD Martinez batting 296 if you don't trust Crochet. Iglesias batting 365. Lindor has 10 bombs batting 269. Mark Vientos in 101 plate appearances batting 337 with 6 bombs. Those are great numbers. Marte's back batting 321. Brandon Nimmo batting 272. I don't mind them. Manaea, yeah, I'm not looking at White Sox bats. I am definitely looking at Manaea for sure. Yeah, for sure. Garrett Crochet for tournament, I'm okay with, but Manaea is the one I would go with. Toronto, Minnesota's next. Bailey Ober versus Yariel Rodriguez. Now, we saw Zebby Matthews yesterday get absolutely demolished. 7 runs in the first or something like that. Toronto put up 15 runs. Bailey Ober, splits-wise, he's already faced him once this year, had 10 Ks in that game. 6.1 innings, only 1 hit allowed. I think people are going to see how many runs Toronto put up and go with them. But I don't mind Bailey Ober. I think you could get Bailey Ober for kind of cheap here, and he's already had success against them once this year. Problem is Bailey Ober got absolutely demolished against Atlanta for minus 14.9, then 15.1, 9.5. So it's been a few starts since he's gotten fantasy points he needs. That's the only thing that scares me a little bit. Flip side of that, Yariel Rodriguez going up against Minnesota, 4.90 ERA. Hasn't done anything the last 4 starts. Got demolished by Boston. Got hit hard by Cincy. Got hit hard by the Cubs. I don't mind Minnesota. The problem is they're not doing well right now. They were in first for a while. Now they're not. Looking at that, I don't mind Ober. If we're looking at Minnesota bats against a right-handed pitcher, Miranda batting 330, Larnack batting 260, Wallner batting 287 with 9 bombs. I don't mind these guys. Royce Lewis batting 246 with 11 bombs as well. Willie Castro is another one that I would take a gander at as well. Toronto bats against, they really just haven't had success against Bailey Ober. I think a lot of people are going to be on them because of yesterday. And if you want to be one of them, obviously Vladdy is in there. George Springer is in there. Addison Barger is one I could look at as well. Like Leo Jimenez had a home run yesterday. And I think Spencer Horwitz had one as well. So I don't mind them if you want to go that way, but I'm probably looking at Bailey Ober more than Toronto itself. Oakland at Texas is next. You got Mitch Spence versus Pennington. Just 4 minor league starts under his belt over the past 3 seasons. Pennington will get his first major league start Sunday. He's pitched more than 1 inning twice across 7 outings with the Rangers this season with the last out, so that's the problem. Has not gone long. I don't know if he's going to be an opener. I don't know what's going to happen here. Being a lefty, I definitely could see you stacking Oakland here. Texas is wild. They won the World Series last year, and now they're out of the playoffs. It's bad. Very, very bad. So we look at Oakland bats against Pennington. Again, not much because I don't know how long he's going to be in there. But I don't mind them as a stack. Brent Rooker, Daz Cameron, Lawrence Butler, Seth Brown. I don't mind these as a stack. I'm not going to have Pennington whatsoever. Mitch Spence, they really haven't had success. Corey Seager, I would look at. I would look at Adolis Garcia, Leody Taveras, Josh Young. Those would be the ones that I'd look at in this game. I'm avoiding the pitching in this game. And that is the main slate done. That is 9 games main slate completely done. Now it is time for the 3-game afternoon slate real quick. And before we get there, the key phrase of the day is I love outlier.bet. Put it all in caps. I want Outlier to see this. Keyword, key phrase, I love outlier.bet. You got to have that key phrase in there. I love outlier.bet. Let's go. Afternoon slate, Miami at San Francisco. You got Logan Webb versus Xavier Curry. They believe, or Xavier Curry. Oh, when did he get traded? Game log was, he comes in at 5.84 ERA. The innings have not been there for him. That's the problem. In San Francisco, that's the problem there. They don't think he goes long into this game, and I'm not going to pay $5,000 for him, even though it's a very low number. Then you got Logan Webb. Nothing against Milwaukee, but some great games since then. Splits-wise, he has not faced Miami this year. It is in San Francisco, so I do not mind Logan Webb. I would look at Logan Webb, and then I would look at San Francisco bats. Again, just depending, but I would look at Elliot Ramos. I would look at Tyler Fitzgerald. I would look at Matt Chapman. I would be looking at possibly Patrick Bailey, probably Patrick Bailey if he's in there for catching today is what I would look at. I don't mind Lamont Wade Jr. or Michael Conforto either if you're trying to do a full San Francisco stack, but, it is what it is with what we're going to get today. So Logan Webb I'm okay with. Curry I'm off of. Seattle, LA, Bryce Miller versus Dana. It's Caden Dana. So he is, he logging 2.59 ERA across 135 innings for Rocket City this season. One of their top prospects, and he's going up against Seattle, who strikes out the most. I don't mind him for tournaments. But on the flip side, I love Bryce Miller. I am not looking at bats in this one. Dana coming in. He's had great numbers, a very good pitcher. He is number 1 on pitches be crazy because Seattle strike out the most. And then Bryce Miller, I love his matchup here against LA Angels. Coming off a fantastic start against Tampa Bay. And then you got splits-wise. He's already faced the Angels twice this year. 1 W, 13 innings with 14 strikeouts and only 1 walk. Those numbers are fantastic. It's exactly what I'm looking out for out of him. So I'm looking at Bryce Miller. I'm looking at Dana for tournaments because Seattle, they do strike out a ton. But again, if they don't strike out, they can put up some runs. And then you got the Dodgers at Arizona. Yet again, you got Brandon Pfaadt versus Robleski. So Robleski comes in here. Really hasn't done much. Basically, we're looking at 5 innings out of him, if that's what we're going to get. Barely he's gotten only one time has he gotten double-digit fantasy points here, and so that's not enough. And Arizona can hit lefties. That's exactly what we're going to look at here. And then you've got Brandon Pfaadt, who 4.31 ERA, hasn't done much the past couple of games, both against the Mets and Miami, not the greatest teams. Already faced the Dodgers once this year, did get the W in that one. Went 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. So he's had success against them, but they're at full strength right now. So I'm probably looking at Dodgers bats again. Again, Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Muncy. These guys are very expensive, but they're in line for another possibly good game. Teoscar Hernandez, obviously another one as well. Then the Arizona bats against Robleski. They have not faced him before, but against lefties, you know that we like to take some against lefties. If Del Castillo is in here, I do not mind him for catching today. Kevin Newman batted 282 with a bomb. Josh Bell, who's a switch hitter, only batted 236 with 6 bombs. Gurriel Jr. batting 331 against lefties with 6 bombs. Grichuk is a cheap option that they usually put in there against lefties. 287 batting average with 2 home runs. And then obviously Eugenio Suarez, Corbin Carroll, if you want to go a full stack, I do not mind that whatsoever. So there you have it. That is the breakdown for Sunday. Not a ton of games. We've got 12 games we went over. The pitching's not the best. Like, we've had better days with pitching, but we're going to take what we can get. We still got NASCAR today as well. And then, guys, this week, football. We're already starting the football stuff. I'm going to put out a video for future bets, some of the top futures bets that I love that we're going to talk about and we're going to use with Outlier to see what you guys can see as well. So If you guys are interested in stuff like that, if you are into sports betting, you want to put the bell notification on because that is going to go live. I don't know if it'll go live today or tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see what we're talking about. So, looking at that, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, get those down below. Good luck to everyone today. Get ready for NFL content this week. We are going to make this the greatest NFL DFS season Fantasy Team Advisors has had in the 10 years of our existence. So good luck to everybody. We are getting so close to 10,000 YouTube subscribers. So if we can get there before Thursday Night Football kicks off, we're going to give away 2 lifetime passes. So all we need is like 105 subscribers between now and Thursday. I think we can get it with you guys. So good luck on this Sunday. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace.